to the Gridiron. Welcome.
Welcome
So
to
today,
Welcome to the Gridiron.
Gridiron.
Welcome to the Gridiron. All right. Look what we got here today. We got Eli's Nightmare. We got Buff Strawberry. What's up, guys?
We're good.
Yo.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
I'm ready to pod.
Well, a very special episode of the Gridiron today. We're kicking it off with the Kids Corner with the noobs in the league, Tate and AJ. Take it away, guys. What's on your mind?
Okay.
Well, I think Sam and Travis were close, but I thought that, Lamb did good, but I think that drop he had was pretty bad. So
Who would you rather have on your team right now, AJ? Would you rather have Saquon Barkley or CeeDee Lamb?
Saquon Barkley.
And then would you rather have Zeke or would you rather have Pollard?
Zeke.
Yeah. I feel like that's the discussion I was having in our text channel with Sam, was like, just Travis's players are just more valuable than yours. They're going to score more points. I don't know. I was confused about Sam's take. A little
Yeah.
bit. What
I
else are you guys
know.
thinking?
So, Gabe, I think that game, I think if Derrick Henry starts to step it up, then AJ, you're gonna get more points than you have been doing. I think Derrick Henry was just getting a warm up. And Gabe was winning at the start. Well, this is a crazy game. It was like going back and forward, like toss. But in the end, AJ got it, and I think that was a pretty interesting game. And yeah.
In the end, AJ lost.
Wait, he did?
Yeah, I won.
Wait, you did?
I won.
Yeah, but it was so close though. It's easily gonna be the closest game of the season.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Maybe.
So, AJ, I beat you by 0.06 points, which
Yeah.
Eli and I were looking. That is a sixth of a yard. So the only way our scores could be closer is if my quarterback threw one less passing yard or if yours threw one more. So I think realistically, it's probably the closest anyone will ever get in a fantasy matchup with the same scoring. Because we were one passing yard away from being as close as possible. So
Yeah, the theoretical limit of closeness, you were one passing yard away from the closest possible game you could have. One rushing yard, one passing yard would have flipped it in your favor.
one rushing yard would have flipped it. in your
Literally
favor.
one rushing yard.
Two passing yards would have flipped it in your favor. It was that close.
Which is
crazy.
Bro.
Yeah.
Well, also my defense just got blown out by the Jaguars.
So this week, I think the Chargers defense is a great play against the Texans, but the Jags are good and Herbert was hurt. Maybe not the best defensive play. There might have been better defenses to stream, but just happens sometimes, man. It
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. So my game, if and only if Aiden put Devontae Smith in, he actually could have won. And
He would have.
Tua getting like sort of hurt. I don't know what happened with him. And then James Robinson did good. James Conner was kind of a flip-flop. And yeah, I think just my team overall, all the players did decent, which made it good. And I think Kyle Pitts is actually starting to get points.
Pitts. Yeah, he did good.
Pitts.
Pitts.
But
We're coming close to the end of Kids Corner. Anything else you guys want to just share with the podcast before we get into our next session?
well, Grandpa did like garbage this week.
Yeah, he did.
But Gabriel Davis could have probably done more. Joe Mixon could have. Like so many players on this team did like horrible.
Yeah.
Herbert.
Herbert could have. Well, he did break his ribs. So
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta
Okay.
lower your expectations there.
I think we're cutting the end for the kids' corner.
Yes,
Corner.
we are. Gabe, what are we doing next?
I don't know.
nice
Oh.
glasses, Gabe.
All right. We're gonna relook at our draft just to see. It's only end of week 3, but we're gonna see what some of the great picks have been, what some of the massive busts have been.
All right.
Okay. We're gonna go through this quick, but we've
What
had
the
3
heck was
weeks. And so now we have a chance to look back at the draft, the recap of the recap. And maybe some of the takes we had right after the draft were terrible. I just want to maybe quickly go through every round and highlight maybe after 3 weeks, best, worst pick quickly in each
Yep.
round.
Okay. Round 1. What's the worst? Hard to say. Pretty good round 1. Maybe Kamara because he's done nothing.
I think Denver Diggler is.
Fournette.
Yeah.
Well, Fournette's had a ton of volume.
I mean, there hasn't been that many great running backs so far, and Fournette's been pretty good.
I'll say this, I don't think there's any huge takeaways from round 1. Our round 1 were all good picks. Some people are having slow starts and you assume they're
Yeah.
going to come around.
yeah.
No one's been like majorly hurt pending Dalvin Cook, whatever's up with him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, solid first round.
Well, let's move on to round 2. It might be more interesting. Boys, what do you think the worst pick of round 2 is?
I know what my answer is.
Keenan Allen.
Keenan?
Maybe.
Maybe. He's been hurt though, so like it's
I
hard to-
didn't get a pick, so actually I did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna say Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. Gabe, what are you thinking?
CD. CD Lamb.
CD has been a major disappointment based on what you see the rest of his season has. But I would actually go with James Conner. Last week he got
Oh, yeah.
57 scrimmage yards. That's the most scrimmage yards he's had in a game. That and he's only scored 1 touchdown. That's just not enough production. I would say maybe Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones busted a 30-point game. He has huge upside. I just don't see the upside with Conner. I really don't like that pick too.
There. I would probably change my answer to James Conner too.
And I would say by far the
Yeah,
best pick,
same. I think I would change my answer.
by far the best pick has to be Nick Chubb. He's been lights out.
Nick Chubb, Stephon Diggs has been great.
Oh, Diggs.
And Mandrews, he's awesome.
I think Saquon Barkley is the best pick in the second round.
Saquon's
Easily.
been outplayed by Nick Chubb every week, pretty much.
Round 3, what do you guys think is the best pick of round 3?
Definitely not Cam Akers. Okay. I probably Patrick Mahomes, but for me, yeah, Patrick Mahomes or Kittle.
I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes, but really because he's a QB and he'll score a huge amount.
Sure.
So-
We'll say I think Mahomes is currently QB9 on the year though. And third round isn't, you're hoping for QB1 if you go third round. Gabe, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't think the Mahomes is a massive great pick at all.
Honestly, there's not a ton of picks standing out in the round 3 to me as great picks.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's certainly some duds. I'll call out, I think Kittle's a dud because he's put up 4 points in 3 weeks for you, AJ.
Okay, he came back from an injury though.
Yeah, but that's Kittle. Like, he's an injured guy, you know? You kind of take on that risk when you draft him of like, you're going to miss a lot of games. And K-Makers, obviously, I think Etienne was a pretty big reach now that we've seen J-Rob take over that role. And of course, DJ Moore looks horrible. My third round pick.
I'll say by far the best pick of round 3, AJ Brown, in my opinion. And I'd say
Yeah.
by far the worst pick, based on what I see the rest of their season as, would be Travis Etienne. I think he has the least potential to
Who?
reach round 3 value.
Travis Etienne, the Jags running back.
All right,
James
guys,
Robinson is better.
let's blow through these next rounds and let's just go through. We'll go in order and we'll say who we think the best and the worst is for round
Okay.
4. You want to start, Tate?
Sure. So I think honestly, my pick of Kyle Pitts was pretty good. I think that was a steal if he does better during the season. But for now, the best pick has got to be. Gosh, this is hard. I'm gonna say Kyle Murray, maybe.
All right. AJ? Best and worst. Bing, bang, boom.
Metcalf
Okay.
and Cortland Sutton and Chris Godwin. Godwin's hurt,
Okay.
but I'm gonna have to go with Kyle Murray. Same.
Cool. Gabe?
Best, I think, is clearly where'd he go? Jalen Waddle. He's been amazing. And worst, Elijah Mitchell.
Okay, Gabe, I'll say best Jalen Waddle. Worst, I'm going to try and take injury out of it. And I'll just say Jerry Jeudy. He's played all the games, even when he's been, quote, banged up, and he's not put up numbers.
True.
Let's blow through these as quick as we can, guys, so we can get to all the next rounds. Gabe, round 5, best, worst?
Easy best is Lamar Jackson. Actually, Jalen Hurts, back-to-back right there. 2 amazing picks. Worst, Juju. He hasn't done anything.
I'm going to go ahead and say best.
Oh, sorry. Worst, Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, best Lamar, worst Darnell Mooney. Dudes?
Best Lamar. We're just Darnell Mooney. Like it's.
Best Lamar, worst Darnell Mooney.
Hey, Darnell Mooney.
You're a loser.
All right. Round 6. I'm gonna say best is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yep, absolutely agree there.
By far, hands down the best. And then I'm trying to take injury out of it. I think Hunter Renfrow has been the worst pick of that.
Russell, for how high he was drafted, has been horrible. That's my worst.
Boys.
St. Brown. I mean, he did pretty good first game, really good second game, and then did he get injured his third game?
He did, but he'll be fine.
He came back in that game too. He put up like 11 points.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's done really good.
My best pick, honestly, is my pick of Amari Cooper. And
Totally.
for me, worst pick, probably Dak Prescott.
All right.
Sorry, Jason.
For time purposes, maybe let's just go and between rounds 7 and 8, is there anything that stands out to you, one thing you want to talk about? And I'll probably start here. Drake London has been awesome. Great pick. And then I honestly think,
Yeah.
not to toot my own horn, but maybe the best pick of the draft is James Robinson so far in round 8. He's just putting up straight up RB1 numbers.
Totally. There's nothing major, I think. It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Boys, anything crazy from these 2 rounds?
James Robinson, 23 points is really insane. And
It is.
then I don't know. I mean, Damian Harris has been doing okay.
Totally.
But Matthew Stafford's been doing okay, but that's really it.
Yeah. Mine is Matthew Stafford. I mean, getting a really good QB this late, I think, is pretty surprising. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Matthew Stafford.
All right. Next 2 rounds, anything stand out as fantastic picks to you guys? I don't see anything in round 9 that blows my mind. I also don't really see anything in round 10 that blows my mind.
Either no one is like busted out as a huge player. We
No.
thought Darrell Henderson might, but
He
he doesn't look like that anymore. Yeah.
I know a good pick.
Lay it down on us.
Let us hear it.
Defense.
Chargers?
Buccaneers defense. No, Buccaneers defense.
Okay.
Oh,
That did straight up win the
30
game for your
points?
pops versus you.
30 points against me. I got so mad. I know I should have won that. 40 points on Diggs too. Like just that combined to 7
Hey, you
points.
can't say that about me and Gabe's game. Like,
But yeah, Buccaneers
right.
D.
Bucks D for Tate. Nice pick, Jason, I guess. Question mark? I might disagree, but that's what Tate thinks.
Yep.
AJ, what do you think?
nothing really
Yeah.
good this round.
Jarvis Landry has the potential. We'll see what happens.
sir.
Yeah.
Anything standing out as a great pick round 11, round 12?
Not really. It's mostly just handcuffs.
Mostly, it's like kickers now.
Yeah, people taking kickers, people taking defenses.
I wouldn't say anyone in these rounds have really like taken over any roles. I mean, Jamal, but that's only because of injury. You know, Jamal Williams of the Lions.
Yeah. I guess
think-
I'd have to probably say Jamal was the best pick, but not like a standout great pick. Just
Yeah,
You
same.
just drafted your own handcuff, and he happens to be in that role to produce now.
I don't know. I think I mean the Mike Gesicki, if he does good, I mean it was a pretty late round, so I don't know if he's gonna do good, but for now, Jamal Williams.
Yeah, I can't see anything else.
honestly a ton of misses in these rounds. Like none of these people, they're just
Yeah.
they're barely there. Round 13, round 14.
Again, I can't see anyone standing out as awesome.
Devontae Parker had a great week. I mean, had a really
That's true.
garbage first week. 0 points second week, but 20 points on the third week.
On your bench?
Yeah, I had no idea to play him. Like,
Yeah, of course. You're not going to play that, but
and then that just happens. Like, that was
that's fantasy.
I'll say I think there is a clear winner from these rounds. I think it's Carson Wentz. I know he had one bad week last week, but he was QB3 on the season from the first 2 weeks. And
That's true.
sitting on Annie's bench, she kept him off everyone else's teams. He put up massive points. So great flyer. I think he has really good value rest of the season. I wish I had Carson Wentz on my team right now.
Yeah, I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I offered Annie a trade of Ramondre Stevenson and Carson Wentz for DK Metcalf. And
That's crazy.
crazy. Luckily, I pulled off something with Luke before that went through, but she could have used that pick of Wentz for something major.
All right. AJ, I want to hear your take.
Oh, I know.
Best pick around 15. Let me hear it.
let's see. I mean, I don't really see anybody. Maybe Steelers D.
AJ, who did your pops start last week from this round?
This.
Oh, I see.
I don't see anybody.
Jeff Wilson. That's my pick, at least.
Jeff Wilson.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah.
That's my.
I feel like Jeff Wilson is just hands down the most valuable player. picked
Yeah,
in this
Jeff
round.
Wilson.
Yeah, I mean,
Not many
Jeff-
people anyways, though. Defenses and kickers, it's hard to pick, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Jeff Wilson.
I mean,
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson. Hayden Hurst was pretty good, but yeah, Jeff Wilson.
Definitely Jeff Wilson. I don't feel like anyone's really had terrible like busts in general.
No, I mean, injury hurts. There's been a couple people, like, I don't want to hate an Natives team, but just happens to be in my mind. Like, James Conner just not around 2 value. Brees Hall just not around 4 value. So there's been people at lower values, but no one's just been straight up like garbage.
Yeah.
Even Cam Akers, who we said for Gramps was just the worst pick of the draft. Look at the last week. He's coming back. He's getting some volume. And so it's still too early to tell. But the draft recap, maybe some of our hot takes were like, oh, a terrible pick. Oh, a great pick. The water is a little muddled. And there's been no season-ending injuries to like top 50 picks. Just a couple weeks. And so everything's up in the air.
Totally.
Well, it's that time to move on to way too early playoff predictions. Who's gonna make it? Who's currently faking it?
I think I'm gonna make it.
Playoffs.
Well, I think Kayla and you are easily gonna make it, but I don't know about anybody else.
Who?
Kayla and you, Eli.
Oh, Eli.
Maybe let's do it this way. We can go top to bottom and want to say, do we think they're going to make the playoffs? Do
Sure.
you think my team's going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Tate?
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Do we think
Maybe,
Tate's- do we think Tate's making the playoffs?
maybe.
Yes.
I'm going to say yes. I
Yeah.
think Tate's making it.
Yeah, I'd say yes if I had to choose yes or no.
Do we think Sam is making the playoffs?
No.
What is no?
No.
No. Wow. Consensus no. Woo-hoo. Do we think Annie's making it?
Nope.
Yes. Yes.
Who said no?
Well,
AJ.
AJ calling out Annie.
actually, yeah, I think.
Okay. Joe. Is Joe making it?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, he's not making it.
Hey, Joe. According to Tate. Tate, that's a hot take in my opinion. Why do you think Joe's not going to make it?
I feel like I feel like he's gonna have a good start. Like he's gonna get 3 wins, but then I don't know. I just feel like it's all gonna go downhill. I don't know.
All right. Sorry, Joe. What do we think about Jason?
No.
No. No.
No.
No. No.
No.
No way.
No. He doesn't
Hard
have a
no.
chance.
Yeah.
And we already kind of said that Kayla's.
Kayla's making it.
Kayla's making it.
That leaves 2 or 3 spots that we see to be filled.
Really quick, way too early prediction. Oh, no, let's fill first. Scroll down to the current consolidation bracket. Is Travis making the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Consensus yes for Travis. Is Luke making it?
Nope.
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 Is Gabe making it?
Yes.
Nope.
Split decision. I'm saying yes. Wow.
Gabe
Nope.
sucks.
Gabe sucks.
Okay, I was gonna ask why, but I guess it's just because Gabe sucks. I think Gabe's
Go for the
roster is pretty
poll.
solid.
Gabe sucks.
Is Pops making it?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't know.
Pop sucks.
I'm gonna say Pops slips into that 6-7 seed.
Yeah.
He's
I-
one of the 3 that they drop out. He's making
Well,
it in.
3 would be including Joe. So I really think it's only
Ah.
2 of Sam and Jason.
Right. I did say only Sam and only Jason wouldn't make it. I'm gonna say 50-50 between Tate and Pops at this point. Too close to call.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Nah.
it's supposed to call too, but you can't do 50-50s with these.
Aiden. Is Aiden
Nope.
making it?
No way.
No.
No.
Is
No way.
Vance making it?
Don't think so.
No. No. No.
No way.
And is AJ making it?
No.
Yes.
0-3?
0-3.
That's really hard to overcome.
AJ, I'm gonna say no for now, but I think we're gonna do this again in 3 weeks. And it wouldn't surprise me. Well, it might, but you totally got a chance still to
Okay,
flip the
well, I
script.
am playing you this week in your.
True. All right. As well as our 2 early playoff predictions, I want your guys' take on 2 early playoff victor. Who's gonna win the playoff?
Trash boat.
Who?
Trash boat.
Trash
Taylor?
boat. Yep.
Let's go with AJ first. AJ, who's winning?
Trash boat.
Trash.
Well, actually, me.
Okay. AJ's winning. Tate, who do you think is winning?
Eli.
Oh.
Actually. I know Kayla is like crazy in the league right now, but Eli's gonna win. I just know it.
All right, Tate, I'll take it. Gabe?
No, you go first.
Annie's gonna win it. What's gonna happen is
No way.
She's gonna come in at like the 4, 5, 6 seed. Her stars are just gonna blow people out of the water. She's gonna get on a hot streak. I'm calling it for Annie.
I'm calling it for Kayla.
All right. And then there's a couple people down here that maybe will be in the playoffs, maybe they'll be down according to our rankings. Who do you guys think is winning the toilet bowl this year?
AJ,
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna make the playoffs, but if he doesn't make the playoffs, I think he's making the toilet bowl and winning it.
Okay.
I see.
I think maybe Luke, because Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford scored a lot, and his other players are doing pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Sam. I think he's just going to miss out on the playoffs, but have like a super solid roster that's able to like go off, Justin Jefferson. So I think he's just going to miss the playoffs and be kind of like me last year where like the roster's juicy, just not enough wins in the regular season, and playoff time, it still hits.
For Sam, I think he's going to miss the playoffs because his record won't be good enough by that time. However, I think all of his handcuff running backs he might have people that are hitting by those weeks.
Yeah, and he might be peaking.
So whoever we said was going to win the toilet bowl.
Nice.
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 All right. Well, it's way too early to tell. We'll revisit soon.
Yeah.
But some people need some wins pretty quick if they're going to be making the playoffs.
AJ.
Aiden. Let's move on, guys. It's
Let's
time
look
for
at a
little
load.
bit of power rankings.
Power rankings. Week 3 power rankings. Gridiron.
What's going on with the power rankings?
New format this week, so it's going to come at you on the right side of the screen.
Why would you put me at 14?
This, AJ, it says week 2 over there. So this is last week's rankings.
Oh.
Yep. This is last week.
I'm going now.
And now, curtain
Still,
reveal.
still.
Week 3.
Oh, yeah, Luke.
Luke at the bottom. Sucks, Luke.
Yeah. Team is just looking a little weak. Sorry.
You had like
And
7
also you had the
points.
lowest score of the year, so that really hurts.
Yeah, you had like 7 points by like almost the end of like Sunday's games. Like you need to step it up.
Luke. Team's in trouble.
Yep.
Aiden, you're up at 13. Does he deserve to be there, guys? Tate, does your brother deserve to be second to
Yes.
last?
He deserves to be last. Aiden sucks. He's really bad. Nobody likes his team. He's not gonna do good. He's gonna go like 0-9. And he's gonna lose the whole entire league and get last place in the toilet bowl. And yeah, that's my opinion.
So 13 is too high.
I think the trade that he made with you, Eli, was really bad.
Well, maybe. James Robinson scored more than Kelsey. But I agree. I think
I
I
don't think
will.
he's going to keep doing that.
Aiden, your team is hot garbage.
0-3. Yeah. 0-3, you got to be there.
To me.
Oh, man. Up 12th is Gabe.
I
Gabe
would say
sucks.
Gabe.
You're a loser.
Eli and I made these rankings Monday morning.
Yeah, before that Monday night
So
crazy victory for
before I
him.
won, which I thought I was going to lose. So I had myself at 14th myself. And then Sam's rankings, I did put those in, Sam. That's what's pulling me down a bit. I would say since I'm now 1-2 and AJ's 0-3, I would probably flip myself and him in my rankings, but it is what it is. It'll reflect soon enough. But yeah, my team kind of isn't that great, but I got to win at least.
Kamara sucked. Aaron Jones has had some duds.
Yep.
You're not scoring touchdowns. It'll turn around for you, but I agree. You and AJ should be flipped based on your performances as of the morning of.
Well, I think Graham is gonna win you more games like that.
Graham Gano.
Yeah.
Graham,
17
good yes. Gabe's at 12, but maybe he should be higher because he won.
Yeah.
Next up is Gramps.
Gramps.
Gramps, another terrible week. Second lowest score, I think, 73 points was really bad.
His team is hurt though.
His team is hurt, but that's fantasy. You know, everyone's hurt.
I mean, isn't Pop's team worse? Because like Dalvin Cook.
He's got Madison.
He's got Madison in case anything bad happens.
I think that Gramps should get a new QB, but not get rid of Herbert. Put him on his bench.
He has
Because
Tannehill.
He's got Tanny.
Yeah.
Tannehill's not
Yes.
doing bad.
He's got
Don't-
Malik Willis as mentor.
don't put like Herbert away. He could heal, and he's still one of the best QBs. Like as in this season, as in last season too. Just he's a really solid QB, and Tannehill is a good sub. And I think once Herbert comes back, you're gonna do better. But for now, this is a good spot for you.
Yeah.
Jason climbed the ranks.
Yep. Jason, I still think you're probably one of the worst teams, but 2-1, you kind of have to move up. So there
Yeah.
you go.
There you go, Jason. You climbed out of the deep dark hole.
Wish granted, I know you were annoyed at us last week for keeping you low. So here you go.
Stephon Diggs is just so darn good.
He is good, but everyone else in your team is not.
That and Dobbins is back, and he's going to start to get better.
Maybe.
AJ.
As I just said, I think AJ should probably swap with some of these teams because 0-3, you should really be down there. I thought you were going to be 1-2, so that's why. But what do you guys think?
I think I should be 8 because I technically beat Annie.
Didn't you
Didn't you lose? Aren't you 0-3?
Well, I beat Annie in score.
So
Annie-
how'd you technically win?
Okay, well,
If they played each other, is what he means. If
Ah.
Annie and AJ played each other, he's meaning like he would have won.
yeah.
Okay. It's hard to be 0-3 and be ranked this high, but I think something really good for your team. Derrick Henry looks good. Again, he was scary, and now he looks awesome. Mike Evans is going to come back. That really helps. Kyler Murray, even though he hasn't been scoring that much, has been getting a ton of rush yards. So your team
Russell
totally
Gage?
has.
Russell
Team-
Gage did really good.
That's true, but Mike Evans coming back might
Yeah.
dink and dunk into him. Saying being 0-3 sucks, but your team has some star power and you might win some games. Up next is Sam.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Similar with myself and AJ, Sam and Travis was the only undecided game, and I thought, and I think Eli thought too, that it was going to go the other way.
Yep.
So Sam, you should probably be higher. Good win.
Yep.
And Pollard looks pretty good, so you definitely should be higher.
That and Sam, I forgot, but somehow you pulled Chris freaking Olave off waivers.
Yeah,
Jason, maybe one of the worst moves of the season, Jason. How the heck did you drop Chris Olave?
Yeah,
And how did any of us not see that? It really bothers me.
Jason, with your roster, why would you drop like your best potential like bench player when you know that you have worse bench players? Like that just seems crazy.
So it doesn't even really help Sam's team, his starting lineup, because you'd never play Olave over his receivers, but it just gives him more value for trades or whatever. And so just, I wanted to mention that. Really
Yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
Guys, what do you think about Sam being at 8, but maybe should be higher?
I think he deserves this spot just based on, I don't know what it is with his draft idea of not drafting a running back. It sucks. Like his starter is Pollard, and Pollard is a backup running back.
He has Chase
Yeah.
Edmonds.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds he should have put in, but Sam is dumb and we all know that. And yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. Well, next up is Pops. Pops, you moved up one spot in the rankings. I mean, your team's fine, Pops. Just like there's better teams than yours.
Yeah,
So.
you're still like last week you were middle of the pack. This week you're still middle of the pack to me. You just go up a little bit. I don't know. Your
Bill's D is just crushing. It's really helped your scores. The Burrow Higgins stack hit, and that helps, but that's not going to happen all the time. I don't know, Pops. The team's good, but it's just there's better teams.
It's average.
Average. Being 7th in our league means you're in the top half. So Pops, you're in the top half of the league.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
AJ, what do you think about Pops' team?
I think he's right in the middle.
Would you rather have Pops' team or your team?
My team.
AJ loves Derrick Henry.
Even though your team has not produced that well so far, you'd rather have Pops or your own team than Pops is?
So far.
That's true. So far.
Yeah.
Also, defenses are unpredictable. Swap a 20-point scoring for AJ's defense in any of his
Absolutely.
weeks. He totally could have won. I will say AJ's had by far the most points scored against him as well. That's just bad luck. And so maybe AJ's luck will turn around too. Next up is Tate.
Goes up one ranking.
That he does.
That he does. But I think it's more than that for me. I feel more and more confident about Tate's team. He might even rise again. His running backs are just, I thought they were weak at first, and they're putting up the 10 points he needs to do his thing. And he's won games where Devontae Adams has been not 30-point Devontae Adams.
Yeah. Tate, I felt like last week you were kind of a middle of the pack team, but now I feel like you're kind of at the bottom of the upper top group, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I do think I should be one space higher.
Okay.
Just, I don't know. I feel like my team, knowing that I'm going to get more wins in the future, and I don't care if I get bad luck, I'm going to get more wins. I don't think there's a way that I lose like all my games with Devontae Adams and Josh Allen.
Totally.
Tate,
I
you gotta
think I'll
do Tate, you gotta do one thing for me. You gotta drop Mike Davis and put someone else on your bench, dude.
I'm about to do that.
Okay.
After this podcast, I'm going to drop him and get Zay Jones.
Okay. Well, don't reveal your waiver wires before
Tonight. Tate, quick question for you. So if you see on the left side of the screen, the top 5 from week 2 are all going to be the top 5 of week 3. You said that you would put yourself one spot higher. Who would you put yourself ahead of on that top 5 list over there?
Joe.
Okay. He did say he didn't think Joe was going to make the playoffs.
That's true.
All right.
So-
Consistent takes, Tate.
Thanks.
Next up is a faller falling down the draft boards, Annie.
Did she lost this week to you? Am I right?
She did. She scored less than 100. Mahomes, a mediocre game. Jonathan Taylor hasn't done much since week 1. Tyreek didn't score 40 in the fourth quarter. My problem with Annie's team, and she might keep falling or she might rise, is that I don't know how I feel about her. Her top 4 players just rock, and then her next 4 players just don't. And I don't know how to value that.
Yeah, I don't even think it's her top 4. I think it's her top 3 because you would be throwing Clyde into that top 4.
Yeah, Clyde doesn't quote rock. I mean, he has been what, RB 4 or 5 on the year.
He's been good,
but he's not going to stay that. Well, is he? This is where Annie, we're confused.
Yeah, confused, but I think you still look really good and deserve where you're at in the rankings. What do you guys think about Annie?
AJ, you go first.
Well, I mean, Hilaire is doing pretty good. Jonathan Taylor's doing okay.
Yeah.
She's Jonathan Taylor, but
Yeah, I saw something online actually that this is almost identical to Jonathan Taylor's first 3 weeks last year, and then he just went off. So it's not necessarily concerning, and he could still like produce what he did last year, just based
And
on
also,
what's happened so far.
when I dropped Hooper because of George Kittle, why would she play Hooper over I mean, Hayden Hurst did worse in the end, but I would have picked up someone else than Hooper.
Tight ends are tough, dude.
Tight ends are rough. That's why I gave up a quote RB1 and a wide receiver 3 for a tight end. They're really rare, even more rare than a good running back.
There's probably like 5 tight ends that everyone should be starting, and everything else is just a total guessing game. So
Hey, quick quiz for the room. Who's the tight end 3 on the season by a significant distance from tight end 4?
Njoku,
No,
is he top 3?
no.
Mark Andrews,
Should be.
It goes Mark Andrews, Kelsey. There's a third player there.
I feel like I know it.
Hunter Henry.
No. All right, I'm gonna reveal it. You guys ready?
Yeah.
No,
It's Zach Ertz. With
that's what
knew-
I was gonna say.
9.1 points a game, Zach
Jason.
Ertz
Jason.
is the third best tight end.
I didn't
Whereas,
feel it. I was gonna say Zach Ertz.
sorry, AJ. Well, AJ knew it. Round of applause for AJ. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that drop off between Kelsey and Andrews averaging over 15, and then Zach Ertz averaging 9, that's a huge drop.
Yeah.
And then the drop between Zach Ertz and the next guy is a huge drop. Tight end is rough.
Yeah, when you play a random tight end, you're just hoping for a touchdown. So
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
think
who
there's
was
a
the
really a
next?
right way to go when it comes to a tight end that isn't like one of those top 5-6 guys.
Although I do agree with AJ, I think Hayden Hurst has more upside than
Man.
than Hooper. But it's hard to
I
predict.
can't put an opinion because you could be wrong or right any given week.
AJ,
Alright.
what do you think about Travis being here at 4, even though he just lost and now he's 1 and 2?
Well, I think he has a lot of potential still with Barkley and McCaffrey. Tom Brady, I don't know, maybe a good backup, but I think I would still start Cousins more often than Brady.
Okay.
And Elliott's pretty good, but his running backs are going to score the most running back points, I feel like.
Do you think Travis deserves to be here at 4?
Yeah.
Okay. Tate, do you think Travis deserves to be here at 4?
So yes, maybe not. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about Zeke. I don't know. I just feel like he's not that productive anymore. And I don't know how I feel about his quarterbacks. I would start Tom Brady over Cousins. I know I think it was a good choice to start Cousins this week because Tom Brady doesn't have Evans to throw to or Chris Godwin. But I think once he gets Mike Evans back, he has a really good target. So I think he should start Tom Brady.
Totally agree with you there.
Before you
Agreed. Well-
change, you're going to do Joe next.
It's Joe. So
What a
it's like
guess.
me and Gabe and Sam, I didn't see Sam's full rankings, but
Sam only ranked 3 players.
okay, it was the one in the text.
Yeah.
Me and Gabe have a high consensus on Joe. Maybe I'll start with my take here. The only player of Joe's with even a little bit of a question mark for me is Travis Etienne. And even then, Etienne is getting enough volume and carries. Like, he's getting 7 or 10 points a game. He has the chance to score. And so Joe only has 1 hole on his roster. The rest is just awesome.
Totally agree. He's got the best wide receivers by far.
Joe has the best wide receivers by far. It's what Sam was trying to do with his 0 RB strategy, except slap number 2 RB on the season, Cordell Patterson, in there. And a rookie that's getting you some points. I don't know. Joe's team just looks strong to me. But Tate, you disagree. What do the boys think?
No, Tate, you can go first.
I'll go first. And I don't know what it is about Joe. I just don't believe in his team. I know Jalen Waddle, he's gonna do good, but I think Tua's gonna realize that Tyreek Hill's better and gonna start passing to Tyreek more. And I think wide receivers are good. Cordell Patterson is good. Wait, who's Joe's QB again? I forgot.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers sucks. And I don't know. I just don't believe in him and
Won the MVP a few times.
make the playoffs, and that's saying something. Him being third place, so
Totally.
maybe next time I'll share my own rankings to make him go down.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please, everyone, share your rankings. The more we have, the better.
Yeah, more opinions, the more it's gonna look more, I guess, close to league consensus.
And we can think of cooler formats. I can help you with this too, Gabe. But if we get like 6 or 7 like full rankings of like 1 through 14, it'll make for a really interesting like league consensus on where everyone's at.
Totally. Right now, it's basically Eli and I, and we don't share the opinion of everyone. So
No, right now it's really what me and Gabe think. We'd love to hear from the league. So please send us your rankings.
Next, you're gonna do. Yeah, I know it.
yeah, I think Eli deserves the number 2. What do
Oh,
you guys
I
think?
know who you're gonna do. It's like Kayla.
Well, there's only one
only
other
one-
spot left. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like
guess
that-
let's just put Kayla up here.
So hard to guess.
I guess the conversation here is me at 3-0. Does that outweigh how freaking good Kayla's roster looks at 2-1?
Eli's better. Eli's
Oh.
better. Eli, if there was a higher spot than number 1, Eli would be there. He's better than Kayla. I'm sorry.
I'll say this. The one spot where I have an advantage over Kayla is tight end. Travis Kelce is going to outscore her tight end over the season. But Lamar is ripping it up at quarterback. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon. Lamar versus whatever quarterback I play is going to outscore the difference between Kelce and whatever I play. And then at every other position, her players are just objectively better. Like, way more valuable. I'd trade every single player for her straight up.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think it's just hard to disagree with being top scorer in back-to-back weeks and not being the best team.
Yeah, she has by
Yeah.
far the most points scored on the season. That and her bench,
Her bench looks awesome.
all of those players would be starting for like 9 out of the other 14 teams.
Here's an example. Brandon Cooks hasn't looked great. She's swapping in Drake London this week, who has looked awesome. And that's like the weakest link in her like position players that isn't tight end,
Sure.
I want to say something. So
Absolutely.
I know Kayla's team is better than Eli's, but I just have this feeling that Eli's gonna win more games than her. And I have the feeling that if Eli, which I think this is gonna happen, gets the number 1 spot in the playoffs and gets that bye week, and then I know this is like far, but if it goes to the championship between Eli and Kayla, I think Eli has just more potential to win.
Fair enough.
Love it, Tate. I love that take. I will say,
Um,
not to toot my own horn, but like I have drafted and done my waivers and picked up defenses. I've made a lot of my decisions based on matchups that I see as good during the playoffs. And so if you look at Kayla's players' matchups in the playoffs versus mine, I think I have more fortuitous matchups. But
It's
that
way
being
too
said,
early, dude. Way too early.
that being said, Kayla's team is just so much better than mine. Honestly, of any place in these rankings, I feel like there's a chasm between 1 and 2, where 1 is like a really high 1. I see her team as miles better than everyone else's.
I agree. AJ, what are your thoughts on this top 2?
Well, Lamar Jackson is going to keep up this scoring. Austin Eckler, I have a feeling he's going to do like good, bad. Because he got 9.2 first game, 13 points, then 9.3 that third game. So he's going to, but also Nick Chubb and all those other players, I think she's gonna really blow out the season.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at our draft recap, we highlighted Lamar, Nick Chubb, AJ Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown as all of our like standout picks.
All Kayla's.
All Kayla's.
Yeah.
I will say,
Jay, do you think Kayla or Eli should be number one?
Kayla.
I think
Alright.
it's a tie. I think it's a tie. Okay. I do think Kayla's team is miles better, but I do think Eli's potential of winning more games is miles better. It doesn't make sense, but that's how it's
Right.
gonna happen.
Doesn't have to
I
make
feel like I
sense.
get what you're after, Tate. Like I might sneak into the first round bye, and that might be enough.
Totally.
Yeah.
Love it. I love hearing that. Just real quick before we end, here's a recap of the risers and fallers of the week. Kayla stays at number 1. Travis falls from 2 to 4. Annie falls from 3 to 5. Eli rises 4 to 2. Joe rises 5 to 3. Sam drops maybe too far with his win. Tate
Definitely.
moves up a spot to 6. Pops moves up a spot to 7. Luke with a hard fall. Oof. Gabe drops a couple spots. Maybe he shouldn't have with his win. Gramp stays the same. Aiden drops a spot. Jason moves up. Jason! And AJ, you moved up significantly. Maybe without your win, you shouldn't have, but I'll say Derrick Henry looks pretty darn good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we have for scheduled sessions, guys. Any last thoughts before we close out the pod?
I don't know who's gonna win next week. That's my
First of all,
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Allow me to take back what I just said. I totally
wait.
skipped a whole portion of our episode.
prediction.
Week 4 predictions!
Predictions. Look at this load.
okay, first,
Very happy for you.
why in the world am I so far down on the predictions? What are the predictions?
All right. Gabe, can you leave this session? I've been talking too much.
Yeah. Okay. This one looks kind of like a blowout based on the records.
No, it's
AJ,
not.
why don't we start with you? Who do you think is going to win this matchup?
I honestly think that Derrick Henry's gonna do amazing.
Okay.
Same with Kyle Murray. A bunch of my players are gonna do good, honestly, and then it's gonna be a close game.
So who are you calling it for?
I'm gonna have to say Eli, but not by a huge blowout.
Okay. Tate, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I can't see the screen, but I know the matchup. So I'm gonna have to say Eli's gonna win by a lot. I know, AJ. I know you think that your players are gonna do good. I hate to break it to you, they're not.
You know where I think this game comes down to? I think it comes down to Kyler Murray should be putting up way more points. So should Derrick Henry. Mike Evans is going to be back in there. McLaurin's
Kittle's
get
gonna do
lucky.
better.
Jamal is a backup. Sutton hasn't scored a touchdown. Damian Pierce is a rookie. I think AJ totally has a chance to win, but just because I've scored over 100 every week and AJ scored less, I think I got to give myself the nod, but really anything could happen.
Totally. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what maybe we all think. Probably within a 10-point difference at the end, but I got to go with Eli. I think he's just got stronger top tier players that are going to push him over the line. I think he has less of a chance to bust with the likes of McLaurin, Sutton, and Najee, as opposed to like Kareem Hunt, Thielen, and Kittle. They've all proven that they can potentially not put up anything. So I got to go with Eli. And I think
Thielen got
that's
50
a 4-0
points.
sweep.
I mean,
I'm hoping, part of me is hoping AJ gets his first win. and takes down the number 1 seed because it's an awesome story. The number 14 crushing the number 1. So, just like anything happens in real football, AJ, anything happens in fantasy. Predictions and projections are garbage.
Yeah,
So
we don't,
Okay.
know anything.
Don't
Yeah.
really do anything.
they
Okay.
don't.
Can-
They really don't.
Tate,
Can I
you
go
start it
first?
off? What do you think's gonna
Yes.
happen in this matchup?
I think we all know, first of all, I'm not trying to be over biased or trying to make myself on top, but I'm going to win. Gramps' team sucks. It's really bad. I'm sorry, Gramps. You're a really good grandpa, not good at fantasy. And
Like he won the championship twice.
Tate, Gramps has won the league twice.
I know I'm saying this season.
Okay.
So I just want to compare players real quick. Herbert, Allen's better. Mixon, Jacobs, I think Jacobs better right now. Akers,
Okay.
Sanders,
Oh,
they're
Sam-
tied.
It's not Akers.
It's not Akers.
I don't know. Sanders, I guess. Gabe Davis, Devontae Adams, we all know that. Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper, TJ Hawkinson, and Kyle Pitts.
Fitz.
Fitz.
It's
Dylan Moore, I'd say.
Dylan.
Dylan.
I don't know.
But it's not like crazy.
Defense right now, I think I'm gonna have to go with Ravens.
Right now,
Against the Bills?
No way.
Oh, they're playing the Bills.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, based
No.
off points, the Ravens, but the Rams just defense players overall, the Rams. And
Rams have
then-
a better matchup.
Kicker doesn't really matter, but my kicker's better, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I disagree with the Joe Mixon. Everything else,
Same.
Tate 1-to-1, you match up better. I would be really surprised if Gramps won. That being said, Houston sucks. Herbert and the Chargers
Also,
might
I
destroy
gotta
them.
think that Gramps gotta change his name this year.
He's been always for like.
He's been always the entire
Yeah.
time. He's definitely not changing.
What would you suggest he changes his name to?
I don't know.
Team not wise.
Something random.
Also, Tate, you said that Gramps was a great grandpa earlier. Are you sure?
yes.
Just kidding, Gramps, you're the best. Gramps, sell me some more houses.
Is
Oh,
Aiden
that's
gonna get his first
Gotta
win?
be straight up.
Against Pops? AJ, what do you think?
Well, Joe Burrow, I think, is gonna come back and he's gonna do better. Dalvin Cook. I mean, let's see.
Even if he's out, he can replace him with Madison, which is kind of the
Yeah,
same
Madison.
player.
So
Madison has
Madison
performed
might
every time
do
he's played.
what Dalvin Cook does, sort of. So I gotta go with Pops.
I agree. Vote for Pops here.
Yeah, I think Pops, your lineup looks better. I will say, we said this last week too. Take Penny out of your lineup. He does not
Yeah.
perform.
The only agree, except that the Detroit matchup is probably the
No.
juiciest. Who would you put in? McKissick?
Pops put in a waiver claim for someone.
Pops.
I don't
go
know.
get- go
Richie
get-
James. I would play Richie James. He looked amazing on Monday. And earlier in this year too. I don't know. I just wouldn't play Penny. I don't think he has enough juice in the
Juice.
tank.
This week, based on who's on his roster, I disagree. There are multiple players on waivers I would play over.
Okay. I guess I would be. I think Aiden's behind.
Okay. Sorry, Uncle Aaron, if you hear this. Aiden's gonna
He's
win.
working upstairs in his office right now,
Tate, you
Okay.
called it for Aiden.
right above my head.
Yeah, okay. So he's James Conner is going if Cook doesn't play, I think Connor's gonna get more points. James Robinson is really good. I don't know about Tua. I don't know what's gonna happen with Tua. Williams, good. Bateman, he was so good when Eli had him. So maybe it's just Aiden's luck, or it's just Eli's goodness. But I don't know how I feel about him. Knox sucks. Devontae Smith did really good last game, so I'm hoping he can probably do good this game. Cowboys D did pretty good, and I don't know who his kicker is, but I don't care. And yeah.
Kicker is
Oh,
Chris
Yeah.
Boswell.
no, it's McPherson. He's a really good kicker. So, I mean, he had the highest points last week for him for like a little bit.
I'm voting Pops, but I think this is a neck and neck matchup.
Yeah, I mean, we're split 2-2. Shall we?
By the way, guys, we're a little over time. Not that I don't love these conversations, but maybe just a teeny bit faster for these next couple ones. Jason
Jason
and
and
Annie.
This one's projected close. I gotta go Annie. I don't believe in Khalil Herbert doing what he did again.
We don't even know if he's going to be starting. Montgomery's day to day.
Dobbins didn't look great, and the one thing that Buffalo defense can stop is the run. I mean, they have no cornerbacks, so Bateman's probably gonna have a good week. Dobbins, I don't know. And
Yeah, I think
Annie?
this has to go to Annie.
and he just has the higher hitters, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Diggs is questionable. I didn't even know that.
He's fine.
Yeah,
Fine. They just say that all the time. It's
if
kinda annoying.
he plays, my dad has a chance. But for now, Annie.
Annie really needs to not play Texas D this week.
Yeah, no, she'll probably put in a claim for someone other defense.
I'm voting Annie. I think we're all voting Annie.
Sweep for Annie.
We got a little
Joe.
Joe and Sam.
Joe, this is just the 0 RBs up against each other. We always say Joe's got the better team. I think he proves it directly in this matchup.
Yeah, straight up.
I mean,
Uh,
Sam's gotta play his
One
better
thing-
players.
Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts will outscore Rodgers, but that's kind of the only position I see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, let's say Sam doesn't start Benjamin. Let's say Sam does the smart thing and plays Chase Edmonds. Let's say Sam does the smart thing and plays Melvin Gordon. Looks closer. I think it's close. I'm gonna give it to Joe.
Does the smart thing and then plays Olave.
Kids?
Well, he did. I'm really surprised he won this week. But if he
Who?
keeps the same roster,
Sam?
I don't think he's gonna win. I think he's got to put in Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, maybe Chris Olave. Like,
I mean, Sam sent us that like kickoff return sheet, and I looked at it, and I get it why he like is saying Benjamin has potentially a lot of chance to like get a lot of return yards and stuff, but like I don't know, questioning that decision. I would question it more if he did it in back-to-back weeks.
Sam wins.
All right,
All right.
split decision.
trash vote.
This is gonna be a good matchup, I think, but yeah, I gotta go Kayla too.
I'm gonna give it. Trav has good matchups. Kayla has good matchups. This is gonna be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I think Travis's hope rests in a vintage McCaffrey game and a vintage Brady game. But other than that,
That and Chicago D has been the worst run D on the season. Saquon could tear them up.
yeah, okay, Travis has to have massive games from these top 3 dudes. Otherwise, Kayla's just gonna win with the massive amount of quality.
The thing is, on Kayla's side, Houston, terrible run D. Atlanta, terrible run D. Jacksonville, terrible pass D. Drake London has just been good. And then Seattle, probably the worst pass D on the season with St. Brown.
Yep.
Just great matchups, but on both sides, great matchups. This is going to be an awesome game.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, Buffalo has no secondary. They're all hurt. So Jackson should be able to throw for a bunch of yards and run again.
That
But-
and his defense is going to give up a ton of points, so he's going to need to just score.
Yep. It'll be fun. I think this will probably be the highest scoring matchup of the week.
Voting Kales,
Same.
but I think Trav has more than a shot in the dark.
Totally.
I think Travis.
And AJ.
Trash vote. Easily.
All right. Tate, you got some hot takes here, bud.
I know.
Last and totally least.
Share the
Maybe-
load.
Maybe the lowest scoring matchup of the week. Yeah, myself, sure. Why not?
One thing I'm gonna say, Luke, I questioned your Curtis Samuel pickup, and I really wish I had picked up Curtis Samuel. He's been awesome, totally worth the 45 fab. So fantastic pickup so far.
I do have some evidence.
Duvernay, Devin Duvernay, wide receiver 5 on the year. 4? Wow. Buffalo's gonna score, and he's gonna get a ton of kickoff returns.
Yeah, and also they have no cornerbacks, and he's their wide receiver too. So
I'm going to give it to Gabe because I don't believe in Javonte, Singletary, Judy, Conklin, or Stafford.
my quick notes are: I scored 96 last week with Kamara getting like 6 points and Aaron Jones getting 4. If either of those dudes go off and have a good game, I'll be in like the 110 range, and I think that'll be enough to score a win. And I think it's likely that at least one of them has a good week this week. So
Won by your kicker last week.
I did, but also the rest of my team put up enough to win too, you know? With those guys having absolute duds, I still scored 96, not terrible. And if either of them has like 20, 30, that should be enough to get a win.
Little dudes.
I think Gabe's gonna win this game. The only thing, if I were you, Gabe, I would be worried about Cooper Kupp. I mean, I know he didn't have a great game last week, but
Totally. Yeah.
Um,
If that stack of Stafford and Cup goes off, that's really dangerous.
okay. Gabe, I'm sorry. I'll say it again. Gabe sucks. Luke is gonna win because of the Matthew Stafford and Cup combo. And yeah, that's all he needs.
They're going to share the load.
They're going to
Yeah.
carry it for a while.
Carry it for a while.
Well, that sums up our entire episode. It's been a long one.
Yeah.
You guys have been awesome. AJ, awesome first episode. Round of applause for AJ. Really hope you join again next week, AJ. Tate, this is your episode 2. We loved your takes again. Fantastic having you. Go Tate. Before we sign off, anything you guys want to say?
I have one last word. This is very important, okay?
I know what you're gonna say.
Gabe sucks!
I knew it.
Fair
Well,
enough.
I'm gonna be Eli. I'm gonna be Eli 100%.
All right. We'll
Gabe-
see.
Gabe sucks. And AJ's
Wait,
gonna
go- Eli, go to the message board and then don't vote the bottom one. Vote the top one.
I'm gonna go to the message board. By the way, love that you're using the message board. For the past 7 years, it's been only Gabe and I using the message board. So
Yeah.
stoked to see what you got in there.
It's nice to see more than just us in there.
It is.
Now-
I think I saw
Now
you
it's me and
comment on the
Tate.
message board too.
Again, league. I think our power rankings will be significantly better and more interesting with more input. So AJ, Tate, send us yours next week. Everyone else, send us yours.
Yeah, Sam, send us more than 3. It'll help.
Everyone, good luck with your waiver wires tonight. Good luck with your weeks. This has been the Gridiron.
Peace has been the Gridiron.
I said it. It's the Gridiron Podcast.